Hello everyone, welcome to episode 2 of It's the Kitchen. Today we are making a seafood boil, tofu fish fillets, lobster rolls, and crab cakes. So everything you see here is going to go into it. So we have some extra firm tofu, some vegan imitation shrimp, which you can get from International Food Market or any vegan specialty store. Some corn on the cob for the boil, some Old Bay seasoning, some seaweed for that fish flavor, and assortment of spices and condiments. So let's get to it. Okay, to start, we're going to bring 4 quarts of water to a boil. And to our rolling boil, we need to add a whole head of garlic, whole red onion, halved, some thyme, and some Old Bay seasoning. So I'll start by taking the whole head of garlic and peeling off the skin. Whoa, crazy. So we'll cut each one in half as well. Alright, set these aside on a plate. Next we'll get our whole red onion. So get your onion quarters there. Lastly, we'll add our thyme to the pot as well. Here we have the 4 quarts of water. Just going to bring that to a boil and add all of the ingredients we just prepared. Garlic going in, onion, fresh thyme, a half a cup of Old Bay seasoning. Or a little extra. So let that come to a boil. While that comes to a boil, we'll just wash and prepare our red potatoes. And we're just looking to cut our potatoes into large chunks. Doesn't really matter how you do it. And we do the same thing with our corn, or halves. Forget the kettle on, but our water's not boiled, so we're gonna add the red potatoes in and boil those for about 10 to 15 minutes. Our potatoes. Really hot, so be careful. Okay, let those boil for 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes is up. We'll check to see if our potatoes are fork tender. And yes, they are fork tender, so we can add the corn stalks in now. And we'll boil those for 3 minutes. Corn stalks in. 3 minutes is up, so we'll add our sausage to the boil. I have some vegan sausage that I prepared off camera. I'm gonna add them in. This is the brand of sausage I used. Spicy Italian. Sausage in. Boil that for 4 minutes. Okay, 4 minutes up. Time to add the imitation shrimp. And this only needs to cook for about 1 to 2 minutes, so act fast. I'm using 2 bags. Okay, I forgot to film this part, but I drained out the stock and just strained it into this bowl here and put everything onto this platter. And I'm going to pick through it and get some of the onion out and some of the scraps and then make it a little bit more presentable. Now it's time to make our fish fillets, or tofu fish fillets. Have 3 blocks of extra firm tofu here, and I'm going to cut them into fillet shapes and sprinkle them with sea salt and some nori sprinkles. And that's gonna give us that fishy flavor. Tofu's been unwrapped, so we'll start with first block. We'll cut it widthwise, about 3 millimeters. Make my first cut. So yeah, nice thin piece of tofu. And I'm just gonna lay it on a tea towel here. And for the nori sprinkles, I'm just gonna blend up some sheets of seaweed. But you can buy nori sprinkles from the store, but didn't have any on hand, so I'm just gonna blend these up. I'm gonna add in 3 sheets. And just have some paper towel getting some of the excess water off the tofu. Just give that a little pat down, and there we go. So now we'll sprinkle on some salt and those nori sprinkles. So. Now I'm going to stack these up about 3 high per to create fillets. Stack these and now slice them lengthwise or long way wise to get 4 strips. Yeah, chopped. You want to use a toothpick to hold everything together. Fish fillets are created. For the dry batter, we'll add about 120 grams of just plain white flour. And to this, a little bit of salt and pepper. And 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Let's give that a bit of a mix up. Completely optional, but I'm gonna add a touch of chili powder. So now we're gonna batter the fish fillets. So we have our dry batter here, or dry mix, sorry, and then some ice water. So I'm gonna add half a cup of ice water to the batter. I'm gonna do this. Okay, half a cup. Okay, that should be good. Take one of the fillets, drop it in the batter, shake off any excess. Okay, and you can shallow fry this or air fry it, but we have a deep fryer, so let's deep fry. We'll fry those for about 2 minutes. Okay, about 3 minutes is up. That's what you're looking for, that nice golden brown. Okay, batch number 2, 3.5 minutes up. this is what a finished fish fillet looks like, and I just had a bite and it's so good. But don't forget to take the toothpicks out. While the seafood boil is boiling, I'm going to prepare the lobster meat for the lobster roll. So you got hearts of palm, can of hearts of palm. We'll cut these into lobster piece shapes. So just kind of cutting them obliquely a little bit. Oops. Add some lemon juice. A bit of vegetable oil or avocado oil. And about a tablespoon of Old Bay. That's what you're looking for. Lemon juice, oil, and Old Bay on your hearts of palm. Let that marinate for about 2 hours. In a separate bowl, I'm gonna add about a 1/4 cup of celery, diced, maybe 2 tablespoons of onion, and a 1/4 cup of veganaise. That's just a 1/4 cup of mayo, about a tablespoon of diced red onion, and about a 1/4 cup of celery. At least it's time to make the crab cakes. So we'll get a can of chickpeas, the can of artichoke hearts, and of hearts of palm. Okay, there's hearts of palm, artichoke hearts, and the chickpeas in the food processor. So that's the consistency you're kind of looking for the unseasoned meat. Next we'll season the meat, so I'll add 1 cup of panko breadcrumbs, about a cup's worth, a little more, about a 1/4 cup of veganaise. Just gonna eyeball this, but a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, but I don't have any Dijon mustard around, so I'm just using horseradish mustard. A little more than a teaspoon. Salt and pepper. Gonna add a touch of nori flakes too. Terrible Salt Bay impersonation. About a tablespoon of Old Bay. And lemon juice. Use about a half a lemon's worth of lemon juice. And then just mix that all together. A little moist paste. We have our mixture, now we need to form them into crab cakes, coat them in panko breadcrumbs, and fry them. You can kind of eyeball it and make them any size you'd like. Okay, crab cakes have been formed, so I just made some of them into like golf ball size and some of them are more patty size. So I'm gonna throw these in the deep fryer for about 5 minutes because they're pretty thick. Okay, 5 minutes in. All right, 5 minutes up. Cupcakes out. So make a quick tartar sauce. So to make this, we'll use 3/4 cup of vegan mayonnaise, about a tablespoon of lemon juice, and about a tablespoon of relish. You can sprinkle a bit of dill weed on too. And simply whisk together. For making the lobster rolls, we'll just toast up these buns, put it all together. Okay, margarine on. About 2 minutes. Take some of this lobster meat. shake of paprika. Okay, and for the seafood boil, I put it back in the oven just to crisp up the sausage a little bit. I didn't really like the way it looked before, so I just threw it back in the oven, everything together for 20 minutes at 350, and now it's just sitting in this bowl. All right, so we got the finished product here. So, starting at the bottom right, we got that lobster roll. Let me focus that. Got the lobster garnished with a little bit of paprika and some parsley. Got our fried tofu fish fillets. In the back there, crab cakes, some homemade tartar sauce, and our seafood platter. Got that imitation shrimp, some sausage, some corn on the cob, and some roasted red potatoes. Alright, thanks for watching. If you want me to make anything else, comment, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, hit the notification bell.
Comment down in the description below what you want me to make.
Comment down below what you want me to make, and
see you next time.
See you next time. Obviously joking about everything.